I'm going to first ask it to be adopted, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
The gentleman from Green has moved for the adoption of Senate substitute for House Bill 447 as amended. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Excuse me. Discussion. Seeing none. Lady from Clay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To inquire of the bill handler, please.
Does the gentleman from Green yield?
I do.
Hi, gentlemen. I just wanted to make sure that we understand what is in the Senate substitute here. Can you fill us in on what all is included here?
Yeah, absolutely. We missed our little window for discussion there. I think I started a mishap. So what this is it has a few different provisions, various provisions. Senate Bill 381 is among them. And I'm just going to go in order of what is in the Senate substitute.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
As you go down it, it's Senate Bill 381, which came out of the Education Workforce Development Committee 9-0 in the Senate, out of our Education Committee 16-0, was voted on. And then all these provisions, I should say, came out of the Senate 33-0. The Senate substitute itself did.
Wonderful.
The next provision is the underlying bill, House Bill 447. It's provisions regarding adult high schools. We've heard it in this body and actually truly agreed it yesterday on House Bill 417. The third piece is grant-making authority for pre-K for DESE, and it subjects that to appropriation. The next piece is House Bill 715. And I'm not sure what the Senate bill is on that, the Senate bill number, but that came out of Children and Families.
Okay. And what are the provisions there?
So this is designating methods for determining state aid for educational costs of children in state custody.
Okay.
We've discussed it, I think, a number of times, but we can talk about it more. That came out of Children and Families 7-0, Rules 9-0, Fiscal Review 7-0, and then this House Floor 11221. That's that standalone bill. House Bill 1010, which establishes provisions relating to the disclosures of identifiable information regarding children. This hasn't received a no vote. Came out of Children and Families, bipartisan unanimous support, out of Rules, out of Fiscal Review, and passed this floor by 150-0, which may be the best vote that I've seen, I think, on a bill this year. And then other than... Then other than that, there were two other amendments made to the Senate substitute. One of those amendments was NIL language that we've seen here on this floor before. And then the second amendment was an amendment made pertaining to, and I'm trying to think what the House bill number, it's represented from the Barnes District House bill over on this side, and it's pertaining to deaf learning. And I'm trying to find my page for it. I may have mixed up my sheets. But those are all the provisions that are in this Senate substitute.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you walking through those. And I am just trying to catch up here, too, and making sure that everything, and I don't think you mentioned anything that didn't have strong bipartisan support, and I think all of those provisions have gone through committee. I want to make sure... Is the health... Gentlemen, did you have a chance to mention the health education requirement, the health and family education?
Yes, that was the first bill I mentioned. It's page 1 of the Senate substitute.
Okay, and that's one that we, I know, came through committee.
It came out of education 16-0.
Yep, and we all supported it as well. Well, gentlemen, I always appreciate when good pieces of legislation come forth that have strong bipartisan support. Again, I think this is something that we essentially kept... only good truly well-vetted bills that had strong support on, and I'm really happy to be able to support this bill today. So thank you for taking time to walk us through that. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Further discussion on Senate substitute for House Bill 447 as amended. Lady from Wright.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To speak from a mic other than my own.
Proceed, lady.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in respect to the body's time and the title of this bill, I'd like to say this is a good degree in common sense that should be passed, and I fully support it and would appreciate the body doing so as well.
Further discussion. Gentleman from Cape.
Speak on the bill.
Proceed.
I concur with the lady's comments. This is a great bill. One of these high schools that's covered in this particular one is in Cape Girardeau. It covers that window of people that did not get a high school diploma, allows them to come back, and it kind of covers the gap between the workforce development stuff that we've done to allow these individuals to come back and get their diploma in these schools. It's a great program. The one that we have in Cape now is working well, and I would encourage the body to vote yes for it.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, gentleman from Green, you're recognized for your motion to adopt the sub.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I make a motion to adopt the Senate substitute.
The gentleman from Green has moved for the adoption of Senate substitute for House Bill 447 as amended. All those that will in favor will vote yes. All those opposed vote no. Mr. Clerk, please ring the bell and open the board. Has everybody voted? Has everybody voted? Mr. Clerk, please close the board and tally the votes. By your vote of 133 yes, 22 no, you've adopted the House Committee sub. Gentleman from Green.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that Senate substitute for House Bill 447 as amended be truly agreed and finally passed.
The gentleman from Green has moved that Senate substitute for House Bill 447 as amended be truly agreed and finally passed. All those in favor will vote yes. All those opposed vote no. Mr. Clerk, please ring the bell and open the board. Has everybody voted? Mr. Clerk, please close the board and tally the vote. By your vote of 130 yes and 24 no, you have truly agreed and finally passed Senate substitute for House Bill 447 as amended.